Hi everyone, thank you for watching, thank you for listening to the second video of the day. And the shooting that I reported earlier is, of course, is on my mind right now. It's a very sad day. And really, the reason why it's a sad day is because, of course, people lost their lives, as well as the fact that the Patriot movement is being demonized for this. It's being reported, as many of you know already, that the suspects had said to the police before shooting them, the revolution has begun. Now, I'm sure most of you assume that those individuals attach themselves to the Patriot movement. I'm right here in this video telling you that those individuals have nothing to do with the Patriot movement. Those individuals, even if they were part of the Patriot movement, have done nothing but discredit the Patriot movement by going out and shooting those cops who otherwise were only eating a meal at some pizza restaurant. Yes, there's a lot of anger against the government for the things that they're doing, the atrocities that they're creating overseas, the atrocities they're creating over here in America. The government is responsible for mass murder. They're responsible for mass murder overseas. They're responsible for mass murder here in America. Just look at food prices, inflation. Even if they're not putting a bullet in your head, they're making it harder and harder to be able to afford food through the use of all the QEs the Federal Reserve has instituted throughout the years. I understand the Federal Reserve is a private central banking system. They're supposedly they have nothing to do with the government. Really, that's a bunch of hogwash. They're colluding together, trying to keep the system afloat. That way, the government can continue to maintain power, as well as the Federal Reserve continue to maintain power. So they're basically just one entity of the two sides of the same coin, so to speak. But this shooting, you have to remember that these folks do not represent you. They do not represent myself. The government's going to use this against you, and the government's going to use this against myself to take away guns. They're going to try to take away more of our rights. And of course, they've wanted to, for a very long time, place those naked body scanners in, shopping centers, whether it's Walmart, whether it's a mall, whether it's a grocery store. Now they have an excuse to do that and have TSA, and they're groping you before you go out shopping. And they may even grope you once you enter the store and once you even leave the store. There's really no end in sight for what this government will do. I'm not saying that the government is responsible for this particular event, but they will be out there propagandizing this and using the victims, using them as a way to get back at the Patriot movement, considering the fact, especially considering the fact that the government was forced to stand down because of the resiliency of Bundy to go out and say, enough is enough, you're not taking my land. Really, that's what's going on with it. That's what's going to happen. I predict Monday morning, the start of the news cycle for the week, you're going to see some articles are going to be anti-patriot articles. And many of you already know this. Eric Holder had already created a task force for American terrorists. And the American terrorists are you and myself, the people who post things who are anti-government, anti-socialist government, anti-fascist government. The government right now is at war with us. They're at war with us. Even if you're just part of the general population, you really don't pay much attention to what's going on in politics or finances, whatever. Even if you're not paying attention to any of this, the government is still at war with you. You want to know why? Because they themselves are trying to maintain power. They themselves are trying to make sure that you and I never get to be in the middle class or be in the upper class. They're there to maintain the status quo and make sure that there's a two-tier society, the rich and the poor, and to make sure that you have barely enough money to get by in this society. And as I mentioned earlier, they are committing mass murder, not only overseas, but here in America as well, by allowing hyperinflation to take place to increase food prices, making it even and making it impossible, making it impossible for you and I to be able to afford food. The government is at war with us. That's really the whole point of the video. And this latest shooting is just another example of it. It's, of course, I don't believe it's a false flag. I don't believe that these individuals, I believe that these individuals may have been sincere in what they're trying to do. But again, they're wrong in the strategies that they're using to try to bring about the revolution. This revolution is supposed to be a peaceful revolution, not a violent revolution. We just got to make sure that everybody's on the same page with that, because if everybody's not on the same page with that, then the situation here in this country is just going to be, it's just going to completely unravel. I mean, this country is going to blow up if this thing absolutely continues, and if the Obama administration, Eric Holder as well, continue with the going after the so-called American terrorist. Thank you for listening. This is, of course, my rant of the day. I will see you guys possibly tomorrow or whenever I'm able to do another video blog. Please, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please like this video. Please down it. And please share it. I think we need to spread this as much as possible. And we need to make more and more people aware of the criminal government that we do have in power right now. So thank you guys, take care, and have a safe and excellent week. Bye-bye.